She has been really good for this team all season. It's all the little things she does. Watch her shield the puck, use her edges. Her skating is some of the best in the world. Her physical play, taking the body, shutting down play. We saw that a number of times for her. Some really good matchups against Kendall Coyne, Schofield. And then the long stretch pass she makes here. So good heads-up play with the puck. But ultimately, it's her in overtime, taking advantage of the one mistake Minnesota makes, picking off this pass, going in all alone, forehand, backhand, seals the deal for Toronto to give them their first overtime win of the season.
You're not a fast, just the second Toronto.
But as I mentioned, it didn't come easy.
No, it didn't, but I guess we shouldn't be surprised either that Toronto was able to take advantage on the advantage.
Well, we thought this 5-minute power play would maybe be the turning point in this game, and it wasn't the turning point in the way you might expect, but it did turn the tide in the sense that it got Toronto that first goal of the game, got them back into it. Malte with the power play goal makes Minnesota pay for the 5-minute major, and then Toronto would get back to work in the third period, all tied up at 1. A chaotic play out front. Stamura finds Comfer alone in the slot. Maddie Rooney, not a prayer on that one, had overcommitted on the side of the net to try to make the save, and that left Comfer a game.
Zone time, they put all sorts of pucks on net. It was Ottawa that got on the board first. Zavalainen teased this one up, her first goal of her PWHL career. And then it's all Toronto after that, but they just could not figure a way past Emmerance Mashmeyer. They had some posts, they had some near misses. It took them a long time into this game to finally break through. All sorts of scrambles in front, but it's ultimately on the power play, Hannah Miller, that finally solves the problem. Unfortunately, it's just not enough. Jinsey Rose comes down the ice near the end of this period, and she puts the game winner. The jailbreak goal. These ones are backbreakers. She turns on the Jets. She's in all alone, head up, and she goes 5-0 to put her team up 2-1. The insurance marker comes a little bit later on, and it's a defender who gets their first goal. She walks the seam, she takes a look, she fires, gets a little help from a tip on a stick, but this one goes top shelf to make it 3-1, and that's how the game stood.
First regulation win at home on the season, and a big 3 points.
And it still didn't matter, and the next player stood up, and so a newly acquired player in Bach moves the puck over to Sergdakny, who did an excellent job driving the net. They're able to celebrate a huge goal, and so the next one was just a nice little bounce, a fortuitous bounce off the ref's skate to Cheyenne Darkangelo, who's been on a heater with her third goal of the season so far. And then the last one, as Emily Clark, an absolute highlight reel goal inside out the defensewoman's stick of Shelton, and beautiful.
And they go toe-to-toe. Benisheva, Jill Saulnier sticks down. Fists are flying. They're both going to spend a little bit of time in the penalty box after this. And that just started the period for Benisheva. Got the crowd going, got both teams into it. She gets this assist. Nice pass from Roman Savalainen. Gives her team a little bit of energy and brings it back into this game. Then in the dying seconds, off of a face-off win, Benisheva gets this pass, steps in, and roofs the puck to send this one to overtime.
Saves in a PWHL game with 34, lights out from the jump, and she really made sure that New York couldn't capitalize on their chances.
Well, if you're going to freewheel a bit and play hard and send everything north, you're going to give up some rushes with numbers, you're going to give up some great chances, and when you have a goaltender like Mashmeyer, you can afford to play a little loose at times because you know that she's going to give you the big stops. She was good on her rebound, she was good on the second chances. Her athleticism is tremendous, and the key to her game, in my opinion, is how good.
25 total saves, but Gigi, the degree of difficulty on these are really what's impressive. New York had a ton of breakaway chances.
They did. New York was able to get behind the defense of the Fleet. Maybe more often than they would have hoped for, but Frankel stood so tall. There was one breakaway, there's another on Jaguar, and she just held on to the puck. She didn't let up too many big rebounds, and she was just tight as she moved from side to side. Her ability to track the puck, her ability to follow and know when the next play was
on with the first goal of the game for Toronto. And she's been so good as of late. Didn't have any points in the last game against Boston, but nets a goal here to get the scoring started in Edmonton. Just finds that open ice, dances into the slot, and fires one home to beat Mashmeyer for the first time here this afternoon. But that wouldn't be all. 3-on-3 overtime hockey. Watts would dance this around the net and tuck it home past Mashmeyer for the second time here tonight. 2 goals on the game. Had so many opportunities.
Ahead to the second because things escalated quickly. Less than 3 minutes into the second, it's Nora Toulouche with her first PWHL goal.
And then after a really nice home run pass, airmail by Zandy Hart, New York's able to capitalize on a quick rebound here. They went on the power play. They were efficient there too. Abby Rock in her office in front of the net, causing all kinds of trouble. And they got on another one where they were able to once again get a second look and drill one home for a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a
contribute to their team, and so this first goal was just gorgeous. Jamie Lee Rattray picks the puck up off a turnover, bides time, waits, fakes a forehand, brings it to her backhand, able to bury it just for the 1-goal lead. And then this one pinballs off a couple people, but Cheyenne D'Arcangelo actually gets her first career goal in the PWHL. And this one, as Sophie Shirley wheels around the net, rookie Shea Maloney gets her first of the season and of her career in the PWHL. And so a lot
pucks on net, 37 saves. And Toronto, who had shots from all over, they had traffic in front, they had point-blank opportunities, they had chances in the slot. Mashmeyer had to be good all night. She was out, she was athletic, she was acrobatic, she did everything she needed to do to give her team the chance to win. And that's what it's all about as a goaltender. Can you give your team the chance to win? She did just
start this game. And Toronto came back. They did things right on the defensive side of the ice, which helped them do things right on the offensive side of the ice. And they clogged up lanes. They got sticks in lanes. They were able to break plays up. And Ottawa moved the puck very efficiently in that first period. It's one of the things I like most about their game. And then all of a sudden, Toronto just started to play better defensively. There was not as much open space in the ice for Ottawa to move around, and their jobs got a lot harder on the offensive.
Last 2 games, this is where all their offense is coming from. They're finding different ways to score when they get the player advantage as well. They're getting their shots through to the net. They're getting traffic on net, getting those shots off quickly, and it's giving them the opportunity to score. Like I said, all their offense coming on the player advantage. It's been dangerous. You do not want to take penalties against this team right now.
That was Hannah Miller on the power play, her 7th of the season.
And you get the puck to Nider in the middle of the ice, and she brings this one off the post, but it stays out. 2-on-1 going back the other way for Montreal. They get a great chance. The breakaway, Rattray denied, and it isn't until they get that top line back on the ice. And there's Laura Stacey selling out, diving, puts this one into the net to give her team the overtime win.
2-zip lead.
She kind of got a couple of gifts. The first one is here on this long pass that hits a skate, and now she is off to the races, and not many players are going to slow her down. And she sneaks one through the wickets of Abigail Levy for that. Then on a dump in, Levy thinks that she might want to go forehand, can't because Cobb is in the way, throws it up the wall, and Coyne Schofield is there to bang that one home, so it was 2-0.
2 different goal scorers for Minnesota in overtime this last week. This time it's Taylor Heisey with her 2nd of the season, rips it home past Emma Soderberg, right under the arm blocker side, and you can see the Selly from the bench feeling good about the overtime victory. And how good does Taylor Heisey have to feel finally getting back in the scoring column? Hasn't been feeling well the last couple of weeks, along with many.
Nothing shakes off the non-call.
Let's skip ahead to the second period here. Minnesota trying to answer, and they'll do just that. It's Kendall Coyne Schofield on the tip in front.
Same play as the first one. It's Batherson again. This time she rockets another one up high, but Coyne Schofield keeps the stick down, tips it past the goaltender.
Getting in on the forecheck, creating turnovers. This one over to Jamie Lee Rattray to Shopsall, and she finds the back of the net. Nice little line goal. Hannah Brandt gets involved as well. And then the jailbreak. Alina Mueller, she's just been red hot for this team over the last 8 games. She finds the back of the net to put her team up 2-0.
Third period, still tied at 1. Kelly Panic working in, an initial save made by Schroeder, but it comes out to Channel Watkins, who blasts it in.
A lot of plays off the post tonight. That one went Minnesota's way. Great play by Channel, great read.
And this is the chaotic goal you were talking about. With 61 seconds to go in regular.
Who would strike first as Britta Curl would find a way to get in front of the net on this one. She feeds the pass up ahead. Claire Thompson finds some open space in the circle and then dishes it in off Curl. Carl, who is credited with the goal to give Minnesota that 1-0 lead. It kind of felt at that point like maybe Minnesota was going to turn the tables on Montreal. Their chance to get an early lead and an early opportunity in this game to turn the momentum. But Montreal would find a way to battle back here and put something on the board, as well as this shot comes through from Keppel. We thought maybe it deflected on the way in. The goal officially, Keppel's goal, finds its way past Maddie Rooney, and that ties the game up.
No, it's going to be potent, and they don't just get on the board once in this power play, but they're able to get on the board twice, and they walk right in on a 5-on-3 that had just expired to a 5-on-4. Jesse Eldridge is able to pick this puck up, trying to go cross crease. It doesn't get there, off Savalainen, back to Eldridge, and she puts it in the net.